One challenge on this project was the presence of protected wetlands that bisected the campus. Two unique items about this project were: 1. The speed in which the project progressed from initial programming efforts to breaking ground, and 2. The GMP was produced from 50% construction documents. As you can see from the timeline, the project went from start of programming to 50% CDs in only 10 months. This was accomplished by having the CMAR on board from day one of the programming meetings, and almost daily collaborative design and constructability meetings between all of the project team members. These actions allowed everyone to know that the 50% CDs contained sufficient information to provide accurate pricing for the GMP, and contained the information needed to start construction of the project. Here is some drone footage from January 2019 showing the entire site. In the foreground to the right, you can see the formwork for the tilt-up panels of the central utility plant. Note the blue silt fence in the middle of the site. This is the wetlands area protected by federal law. As the drone flies around the site, you can see cranes, pump trucks, and drilling rigs working on multiple buildings simultaneously. The extremely tight construction schedule required that the CMAR had to treat each building as its own separate project, with a supervisory crew and subcontractors dedicated to that building only, instead of being able to flow subs from building to building. From the video, you can see that the site is very muddy. North Texas experienced record rainfall during the winter of 2017 through 2018. You also see the large hydronic piping going into the ground, running from the central utility plant to the campus buildings. Here you see a large crane being unloaded. It was used to erect the concrete panels for the central utility plant and steel erection. The drone is now showing the new south entry road into the campus and also a temporary storm drainage retention pond. Below, you see existing overhead power lines and poles, that also supported 4 different franchise utility lines. All of these lines were removed and reinstalled in an underground duct bank by the CMAR. Pouring site paving. Drilling piers on multiple buildings. Hydronic piping feeding the new buildings. Some trenches were 20 feet deep and 40 feet wide. Steel erection, starting on the library building. Tilt wall panels, at the central utility plant. Steel erection continues. Here is video from March 2019. In the foreground, you see the library. To the left is the 3-story campus commons building, and to its left is the student center and the conference center. In the background, you see the concrete tilt-up central utility plant. Exterior sheathing work. Cooling towers at the CUP. Topping out ceremony in May 2019, where last beam of structural steel was put into place. Here are some views of the campus from August 2019, showing the exterior finish work continuing. A view of the mechanical penthouse at the campus commons building. Masonry work at the campus commons building. Interior and exterior views of the work at the central utility plant. Ongoing masonry work. Building mock-up with native Texas limestone. Interior work at the library. Curtain wall, at campus commons. Bridge foundations and retaining walls along the wetland stream. Some images from December 2019. You are looking at the conference center and student center in the foreground. Now you see, going clockwise. Student Center, Campus Commons, and Library. Piping at the cooling towers. Views in the MDF room. A sign of the times. Working with COVID-19 restrictions. Now you see images of the project from May 2020, as it finishes up. In the aerial video, you first see the library building. To the right, is the Campus Commons building, and behind it, are the Student Center and Conference Center buildings. To the right of the Campus Commons building, you see all the trees along the protected wetlands area, as well as all of the new surface parking lots. In the background you see the master planned open area, for future expansion of the campus. The large green area you now see is for future sports fields. And to the right of the fields, is the central utility plant. Another view of the newly completed campus, going south to north. Native limestone was used extensively throughout the exteriors of the main buildings. A great view going down the quad area of the campus. All of the concrete paths were laid out to create a pedestrian-friendly campus, but are also designed to serve as fire lanes. Some additional exterior and interior images of the finished product. Thank you for viewing this great, collaborative project between Collin College, AECOM, Page Sutherland Page, and Skanska.